Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are not cooking, we are actually stripping this fabric and then we're gonna dye it. I don't have a lot of experience with dyeing fabric. I've done it in the past and I would love to dye this with a natural way of dyeing, but for this project, since I'm stripping the fabric and I'm unsure of what it's gonna do, I'm going to use the RIT dye or RIT dye, I don't know what you call it, and dye this thrift store dress. I got it for $4 at a thrift store. I think the shape of it is so beautiful. The color is a little outside of my comfort zone, and I know that if it's not something I'm going to grasp for and feel comfortable wearing, then I'm not going to wear it. So I would like to get the most use out of this, and I'm also going to use the dress as kind of a template to make some other dresses that I have in mind, because I think the shape of it is really beautiful. And I'll change some of the buttons, and I'm just nervous about the color of the thread and what that's going to look like, and I am prepared to kind of rip some seams and re-sew it if I need to, if the thread is another color. So I bought this huge pot off of Amazon. So I'm gonna just save this for all of my dyeing things. I have some more fabric that I'm gonna dye. So I'm gonna take it along. I'm actually nervous. I don't even know if this is gonna turn out well or not. I'm a little nervous, but I'm very excited and very hopeful it's gonna turn out good. It's been about 3 hours since I started the dye stripping process, and it's taken so much longer than I thought it would. So, not very hopeful. What do you think, Willow? What do you think? It's another day with the plaid dress. I was so shocked at the color and how much the color changed by stripping it, and it went to this like green and like a robin's egg blue plaid with some yellow stripes too, and it was so different. I was very shocked, and I'm still unsure of what to do next, if I need to dye over it or if I just need to stop here. We stripped it twice of the dye, and the second time it made a huge difference. And I thought maybe if I stripped it one more time, that would really make a difference, and it didn't do anything really. So I would recommend, if you're going to strip something, I think twice would be the max. I think that would show just the maximum color that it's going to do. So the third time was basically just, it didn't do anything. I'm going to strip another piece of fabric that I have, and I got this fabric a while ago, and I was hoping it was like a dusty blue, and it came in the mail and it was like a teal. It was a little too bright. It was just not a color that I would reach for. I'm going to strip this fabric and see just how it turns out. Like if it turns a lighter blue, like a dusty blue that I wanted, or we're just gonna kind of see what happens. If I dye it black, I'm going to make the Ada pants with them, and if it turns out a beautiful color, I'm going to make a dress out of it. So it's like two very different things, but right now we're just gonna see how it goes. I'm hoping that I can finish this today because I would like to sew tomorrow because we're going on a trip. And I love to bring new things that I made with me on a trip. It's just this thing I like to do. After I removed the color from the linen, it went back to this neutral state, which would have been a great place to start at to dye the fabric with a natural dye, like using avocado pits or different leaves to make a beautiful natural tone. But I was a little impatient and I wanted to try out an olive green color with the red dye. So I found a recipe online for it, and let's just say it did not turn out well at all. It turned out this dark teal color that I was not expecting, and so I went with plan B and I dyed over the fabric black, and I made the Ada lounge pants. And overall, I shouldn't have rushed the process, but I did end up with a pair of pants that I'll wear often and that are a staple in my closet. I'm so glad I gave color removing a try. I thought it turned out so well, and I was so surprised by the results. So now I'm just thinking of all of the projects that I can do in the future with it. So if you try this out, let me know below. If you have any tips for me, I would love to hear them. I will see you next week with a new tutorial, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I will see you next week with a new video.